Ron Harris here from Muscular Development, coverage of the 2019 New York Pro, brought to you by High-Tech Pharmaceuticals. I'm here in the hotel room night before the show with last year's fourth place finisher, Josh Wade from California. I need to apologize to Josh. I did a preview with Giles Thomas a few days ago, and I've said before I have memory problems. There's no medical diagnosis. You know, I won't say what I did a lot of in college or anything, but sometimes people that I know and I'm aware of, it just slips my mind, and I forgot to mention Josh, and I know he's going to do well, and I'm rooting for him. So Josh, I don't know how I forgot to mention you, because here's what I want to talk about. You never let us down. There's guys in this show that I'm hoping are going to be in shape. Will they? Will they be? I don't know, because they're hit and miss. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Every time I've seen you, either when I've been there in person or pictures, video, always nail it. You're always in shape. It's not a secret. I know there's no secrets in this game, but how have you managed to be so consistent with this really good condition that you bring every time?
You know, Ron, I do pride myself on condition, because I believe that's the one thing we can control. We can always control getting in shape, suffering, making sure the skin is thinning. You know, no, my arms weren't the best last year. They're way better this year. My outer sweeps, my quads were not the best. They're way better this year. We can always work on weak points. Condition is always in our control, no matter what. If you're a 150-pound guy, you can be friggin' shredded. If you're a 240-pound guy, you can be shredded. It's just a matter of how hard are you willing to suffer. But the one thing that really makes the difference, especially in my physique, all right, we have, you know, John Meadows, my coach, calls it white man's disease. If we are not shredded, we do not have the same back detail. So number one, if I show up, well, plus, just like you said, I'm known for my condition. So what happens if I show up out of shape now? I'm going to be...
No, you will not get looked at.
Exactly. So that can't happen now. I set the bar very high for myself years ago, and now it's always bringing that hard as nails, grainy, Dorian-like condition that I'm known for, and now improve the muscularity where I need to improve upon, which I have. So that, I mean, the condition, I can't let it slip now. I'm going to look at myself unbiased every day. Am I leaner? Is my skin thinner? Do I have more striations? If not, I'm going to suffer harder, Ron.
Now, you're the only guy who's actually turned pro as a master that's done well in the IFBB. I think, who's the other one? Did Stan Efferding turn pro as a master too? Didn't do very well. You're the only one that's actually placed top 3, top 5 in open shows. And I think you mentioned you're about to turn 40. And you're getting better. You're improving. Do you think it's a mental block that a lot of guys have, that as they approach 40, they think everything's supposed to go downhill and they're not going to improve? Because you're proving quite the opposite.
I believe there's definitely a mental aspect that I definitely have a little bit of crazy in me. I'm willing to work as hard as humanly possible every day. But that's out of pure passion. I love it. I love the internal challenge. I want to see how hard I can go. And again, getting into that older age, I am definitely very meticulous with my training. I definitely keep everything a lot more under control, time under tension, but doesn't mean I don't lift heavy, hard weights. Otherwise, obviously, I wouldn't have the density or that graininess that I'm known for. I just don't heave around weights. I keep everything under tension. I squeeze harder. I do know if I get an injury, I'm probably going to be done at 40. And I'm still improving because I am very, very constant with my training. I'm meticulous with my diet year in, year out. I don't ever let myself get out of shape, so I'll never have my skin stretched to where it doesn't retract the same as we get older. The skin retraction is not going to be there. So, I mean, you know, for me, it's very important. Now that I am on the scene, now I'm known over the last couple of years. Now, every time I show up on stage, I'm determined to improve. I want them to know, wow, okay, yeah, we used to knock him for his arms. His arms are better now. Oh, wow, everybody used to talk about he's blocky. Well, I've been doing vacuums this year, Ron. My transverse abdominis has now come in tighter. My obliques have pulled in. My quarter turns are phenomenal. You'll see this weekend. My shape and structure has dramatically changed because of hard work.
Now the vacuums, you said you got the idea from Juan Morel. And you've been doing them every day for 84 days in a row now?
Yes, sir. I saw a post from Juan Morel, which, you know, I love the sport, the camaraderie, especially that I've kind of gotten to that top of the level. The camaraderie is amazing. It makes me feel really good to be part of something. It's one of the best in the world. So I saw a post from Juan Morel 12 weeks ago, the beginning of this New York Pro prep. And he was made a comment. It's like, you know, am I getting wider, or is waist getting smaller, smaller? And so I was like, man, what are you doing? You know, and he said, I just do vacuums every morning. Do basically 10 rounds, try to hold it for 20 seconds every morning. So I have not missed a morning in 12 weeks. And I've been putting that out there on social media, and I give Juan credit. I always give credit where credit is due. You know, all these guys influence me in a positive way, and I'm going to see how it reflects on me. And that has been the biggest difference in one season I've ever made.
I mean, has the waist measurement actually gone down too?
Yes, it definitely has. And again, I don't like to get into numbers. I don't like to get into numbers because if my arms look bigger and I take a measurement and they're not bigger, what's that going to do with the psyche? But one thing, I used to always struggle with the medium chic weight belt. I am in a small, which is a 27 to 32 inch waist now.
My wife's got one of those.
So I'm in a small chic waist belt. That's what I wear comfortably. So now I don't, and also when we're on stage and we're breathing heavily, this is very important. I mean, I hope everyone starts implementing this. Now when I'm on stage breathing heavily, I don't belly breathe nowhere near the same. I'm actually using my diaphragm. So I'm able to control my breathing a lot better. Now I'm not getting dissension. So my transitions from pose to pose are dramatically improved.
So last year was your first time on the Olympia stage. You know, you worked hard, you got the points, you qualified. What was it like being on that stage? Because most bodybuilders watching this, they're never going to get there, and it's going to be a dream, a fantasy. What was it like to actually be up there with Phil Heath and Sean Roden and Rami and all these guys?
It was amazing. I mean, a childhood dream. I mean, I followed muscular development when I was a kid and had poster of Flex Wheeler on my wall. I mean, you know, I've always loved the weight training, but I was a skinny white kid, never thought I really have any potential. I mean, I wasn't even athletic. But weight training is what changed my life, got me out of a path of destruction because of lack of self-confidence. And so now I just wanted to keep pushing the iron. I love the iron. I mean, I started competing in 2006 before there was any social media. So it was for personal gratification, not social gratification.
It wasn't for the likes and the followers.
It was not. It was because I love pushing the iron. I wanted to see what I can do. Every day was a challenge. See if I can lift more, see if I can do more reps. I mean, it's that internal drive that has gotten me farther than I ever should have come.
I mean, that's such an inspirational thing because, you know, we like that everyone appreciates the top athletes who are these genetic freaks who turn pro within like a couple of years of training. They did like one qualifier, then they do a pro. It's amazing to see somebody like that, but it's not inspirational. And I think our sport is unique because, you know, people watch football, but they don't necessarily play football or care to play football. But most of our fans are, in some level or another, bodybuilders, right. The people that follow all this. And they look to guys like you as inspiration. They can see the pictures. Here's how he looked in his first show, and here's how he looked, you know, when he did his first national show. Look at him now. They see the progression, and they see the years and years of hard work, determination. And, you know, someone like you inspires the people out there a lot more than someone's just got round, bubbly muscles and a 22-inch waist. And no offense to those guys, sure, but things do come easier. I'm not saying they don't work hard, but someone like yourself had to work harder to get to this level. I mean, you beating people that, you know, by all rights, you shouldn't be beating. They're genetic freaks.
Agreed. But
they show up out of shape, or they know they have a weak body part and they don't do anything about it. You know, usually it's conditioned. They won't get in shape, some of these people. So I got to give you extra credit. You inspire so many people. I don't know if you realize that or not.
I do, because I respond to every fan that I can through social media. I try not to take away from the family time, so I'll do it after I finish my day at work. I'll respond to people after my kids go to sleep at night. It's always family first with me, and I do get. I'm the blue collar bodybuilder. I'm the family man. I'm the guy that basically turned pro as a master. The first one that's ever made the Open Olympia. I do give hope and inspiration for the older people that just love the sport and want to see how far they can go. I mean, that's that's what I'm known for, and that'll never change. I mean, I'm always going to be humble. I'm always going to be approachable because, again, I made it to a level I never thought I would be at. Oh man, it's just a sincere feeling, Ron.
Another thing I got to give you a little props for is a lot of people think you can't be a pro bodybuilder and work. You just have to eat, take like naps, play a little PlayStation, but you actually put in some the cameraman's laughing. PlayStation 4, is that the latest one they're up to now? You actually have long days. What are your days like?
I'm up at 3:40 in the morning. I own a gym, but I'm a personal trainer. That's where the majority of my money comes from. So especially in prep, I'm at 3:40 in the morning. I wake up. I'm at the gym by 4:25. I get the gym opened up. I'm on the treadmill by 4:45. 50 minutes of cardio. I'm done by 5:35. I get my clothes changed. I get dried off, and I'm ready for a 6 a.m. appointment. I'm there from 4:30 in the morning to normally 5 to 5:30 at night. So I'm pretty much 13 hours a day, including my own 2-hour training block in the middle of that. But I'm there 13 hours a day. Then I go home. I don't sit on the couch. You can ask. I mean, my wife will vouch for this. I don't sit down. As soon as I go home, I'm on daddy duty. I'm playing games with the kids. I'm helping them get ready for bed, brushing their teeth. I put my daughter to bed, and then I get my shakes ready for the next morning. And then I start my day over like it's Groundhog Day.
Wow. So all that even in prep.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's what keeps me going, Ron. I mean, to be honest with you, if I sit down, I crash. So I don't sit down. If I don't sit down, I won't crash. So when it's time for me to crash. Believe me, my wife will vouch for this as well. My head hits the pillow, I am out.
Can I ask how many hours of sleep you're getting typically?
I try to be in bed by 9 to 9:30, and I'm up at 3:40. So I get 6 hours max, and they're pretty interrupted, honestly.
I've heard of worse, but that's pretty bad. 6 hours interrupted sleep. So this show, you're hoping to win tomorrow, New York Pro, qualify for the Olympia, and then that would be it. You wouldn't do anything to the Olympia. But there is another contest in Culver City, California, the California Pro. You're a California guy. Let's say for some crazy reason, if you don't win tomorrow, are you doing that show?
Contracts already been signed and returned. Not to mention, I travel from Sacramento. It's clearly cross country, obviously here to New York. I came by myself. I'm by myself. Next weekend, Culver City is a 6-hour drive. The whole family, my wife and my 2 kids. I have quite a few friends that are coming as well, but they get to see me compete. And last year, my daughter was the hit of the show, even over me, when she's out there cheering, "Go Daddy." Everybody loved it. You hear the ohs and ahs in the audience. My smile is huge when they get to watch me on stage. I know exactly where they are in the crowd. Every time I look towards them, which draws my confidence, shows happiness, which the judges look for as well. Every time I'm on the diagonal, I'm waving or blowing kisses, and I've basically been known for that too. People see me like, what is he doing? That's my daughter out there. That's my son and my wife, and their smiles is what drives me.
How old are your kids?
My son will be 6 this June, 2 days before my birthday. He turns 6, and my daughter's 7.5.
Oh, wow. Still, that's a young age. They're very active. They're a lot of work at that age. A lot of fun, though. So, yeah, I mean, that's it's interesting you bring that up because stage presence does come into play here because I would never want to be a judge, especially once you get past like the top couple guys. If you're getting to 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, it's hard. It gets hard to say this guy's better than that guy because it's everyone's.
So you know what, Ron? I'm going to try to make sure I don't get into that 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Exactly. Well, I want to wish you the best of luck. I know you've put the work in. You're prepared 100%. Seen the pictures. Just knowing what you always bring, I was never in doubt. You're never anybody I have to wonder, is Josh Wade going to be in shape? I don't know. Josh Wade is always in shape. That's one thing you can count on. And condition goes a long way because it shows that you've really put the work in, shows that you wanted this, you're fighting for this. And the improvements you've made to physique, I'm excited to see those. The progress pictures I've seen, they never tell the story. You need to see the full physique up there, moving, posing next to the other guys. That's when you can really appreciate it, and I look forward to it. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're tired. You're letting us hang out in your room and do the interview. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, Ron.
And everybody, check out the coverage tomorrow on musculardevelopment.com. We're going to have play-by-play, videos up, interviews, all kinds of stuff. Make sure you watch it. Coverage brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals, 2019 New York Pro. See you tomorrow.